Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First I would like to apologize if this video seems really dark. For some reason there is a huge shadow right here among the back of the couch and I cannot get rid of it and it's driving me crazy. Anyway, this video is going to be entitled How Intense Can I Make My Makeup? And I found this video on Lauren Curtis's channel. It's a new video. I think she posted it a couple of weeks ago. She's actually really good if you want to go check her out. I think I'm subscribed to her actually. She posted a video entitled How Intense Can I Make My Makeup? And her point behind that was just to be funny and see how dramatic she could actually take her makeup. And I thought it would be a really funny video to do here on my channel. So my take on that video is going to be a little bit different. Move those out of the way. I feel like most of the time when I'm putting on makeup, I don't apply it as heavily as I should. I feel like I'm really light-handed with it because I'm afraid that I'm going to make it too bold or that I'm going to mess it up. So for experimental purposes and for fun, I thought I would sit down and do a video like that. Except I would actually try to make my makeup as intense as possible while still looking somewhat natural. So I'm going to do full face makeup, I'm going to do color correct, foundation, contouring. I'm not going to bake, but I'm going to try to do brightening and contouring and all of that. And a full eye look and everything, and try to go as hard as I can and see if in the end of the video it actually looks pretty good, because hopefully it does, and hopefully I can start wearing my makeup like that, but that's probably not what's going to happen. I'm probably going to have lots of practice, needing lots of practice, and it's probably not going to look good for a very long time. But I thought it would be a funny video to do together, and we can laugh about it and have some fun. This is my dog Dexter, for those of you who don't know. We just shaved all of his hair off. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is apply Softlips chapstick because my lips stay really chapped and dry, and I'm just doing that for comfort. First thing I'm going to do is color correct, and to do that I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the orange corrector and the L'Oreal Magic Anti-Redness in the green to cover up dark circles with this one and redness with this one. I don't already have a primer on because I do not plan on wearing this for a long time. Probably actually not at all after I get finished filming, and so I'm not going to do primer today. But this is a really good concealer otherwise. Now we look nice and bruised. I'm going to go on with the color corrector in the green. I normally don't color correct at all. This is a step that I don't normally take. Foundation will usually cover everything up for the most part, and then I'll just make do with whatever is left over. But for the purpose of going all out for this video, I definitely wanted to color correct. A little update for you. I'm using these Dollar Tree makeup remover wipes that I hauled in a Dollar Tree haul, and I said in that video that I didn't really like them that much. Well, I just wanted to let you know that I've been using them more and more, and I definitely do not like them. I actually buy a $1 pack of makeup remover wipes from Big Lots already that I really enjoy, and these are maybe half as good as those are, and it's the same price, same amount of wipes. So I really don't care much for the Dollar Tree brand. Unless maybe you're just needing to kind of like clean your hands off or something, but not for actually removing makeup off of your face. Okay, time for foundation. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Foundation Serum. I'm using this because it is, it's not dark for me, but it's a little bit darker than the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Concealer that I'm going to use in conjunction with it. I'm going to go back and cover up my nose a little bit with this concealer because I didn't do that. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Foundation Serum Foundation, and I'm going to use my Sigma F84 brush. That's different because this is the angled kabuki, and the one that I normally use is the flat top. So I'm going to switch it up today and see how I like this. It's not going to be that much different. I just wanted something a little more rounded as opposed to just stamping the makeup on, just for more comfortable application. And that's why I'm going to use it today. And we're gonna do foundation and concealer and all that jazz. This makeup looks really slick and oily, probably because it's a serum. It looks very, very, very oily on my skin, and it did not look like this the very last time that I used it. I don't know if I'm doing something crazy different, or maybe I really did apply too much, but I feel like I didn't really get too much on there as far as coverage goes. It just is laying funny for some reason. Already this foundation looks a lot better on my skin than my face, but I can always still see red patches right here, and when I look up close under the eye I can still see a little bit of a dark circle. I actually never can get a color corrector to conceal completely for me, and I don't know what the black magic is, but I don't have it. I'm going to move on to concealer. I'm going to apply this Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral right on my under eyes, on my chin, and the center of my forehead to brighten everything up. I'm actually going to apply it right on top of the foundation, which is something that I did differently in my last application process, and that is how I'm going to intensify this. I'm going to use my Real Techniques sponge to blend it out in hopes that I don't cake too much of it on, and we're going to see how it turns out. You know, I'm worried that this is going to look pretty good in person and then really bad on camera, so you guys will think that I'm crazy if I think it turns out pretty good. This definitely did a lot of brightening, and it probably looks like, you know, a stark mask on my face. I feel like all of this looks pretty bad so far, and I've not even really begun trying hard. This is almost regular makeup routine, and I feel like it's already not looking so good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows very quickly. They're actually pretty much already filled in from like yesterday. So I just brought in this Gimme Brow by Benefit to comb over them with and kind of finish coloring them in. This is not what I normally use on my eyes. I usually use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade with a little angled brush and just kind of stamp the color in. But I just thought, for simplicity, I will use this little comb and be done. So I finished the brows. Now I need to clean them up because they look really funny in the front part. Okay, that's the brows. They're not any good. That's okay, because this video is not supposed to be any good, and we're just gonna move on. That's not how I normally do them, and they normally look a little bit better. I do like that color in there a lot more than I do the Dip Brow Pomade, but I definitely, you know, messed them up just a little bit. Anyway, now we're going to finish off the face. I'm gonna apply setting powder, blush, bronze, and highlight. And this really needs some setting powder because this feels very sticky. I'm going to be using the Tarte Amazonian Clay powder. I just got this in an Ipsy bag, and that's why I'm using it. I think it doesn't mattify my makeup too bad, and I didn't want to mattify anything today, so that's why I'm using it. Oh, this is the Real Techniques something or other brush. The blush brush. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to use a different powder for the inner part of my face. I'm going to use a banana powder by Sephora. It's supposed to be a brightening powder. I don't find that it really brightens a lot. I find that it brightens more than a regular translucent powder or a brown powder. But I don't find that it's just really game-changing. At least not this particular one. Definitely wanted to set my makeup today so that I could hopefully get the bronzer and all the other powders laid down a lot better, because this makeup is super tacky. But anyways, now I'm finished doing that, and we are going to begin the real fun, which is going to be bronzing, contouring, or bronzing, or however you want to refer to it as, and a highlight and blush. Highlight is not that hard for me, but the rest of it is. I used to be able to apply my blush really well before I learned the proper way to do it, and now it doesn't apply in the spot that I try to put it. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush because of its shape and density and blending ability, and I think I'm going to get some contour right here and then blend it out, and then I'm going to put my blush on top and highlight on top of that. First, I'm going to use the Pixi by Petra Natural Contour Powder. This is a really good contour color. It's just a nice cool brown. I think it's cool. And then to glow, I'm going to put the Covergirl TruBlend bronzer on top of that. This is really nice as well. And this makes me very nervous. I feel like this is a good color, but when I apply it to my face, I feel like it shows up, it just applies patchy. And I do not think that it is because of the powder. I do believe it's just me. To get it just right. I feel like it always shows up so much more harsh on camera than it does in person. It looks like it's almost gone off my face in person, and then on camera it's just still there. Okay, I actually like the forehead, and I usually end up liking the amount that I apply there. I never like the cheeks. I think this one is okay. I don't like this one. I feel like it needs more on each cheek because I feel like I don't see a distinct mark in person. Now on camera, I'm sure you could see it very clearly. So I'm going to apply more. Now the purpose of this video is to go crazy, so that's what we're going to do. Brought it down too low, didn't I? Looks pretty bad, doesn't it? Okay, now it looks like I have beautiful bruised cheeks, so we're probably done. That really does look pretty bad, I would say. I would like to clean that up a little bit. Don't know how to at this point. Let's see. Oh my god. That was way too much. Ah! It looks worse and worse. Bronzer is an enemy. I'm just trying to put this glowing stuff now down on top of it. I've got so much bronzer on my face that it looks like I rolled around in the dirt. I didn't mean to put this much on. Oh god. We're gonna fix this. I don't like it. Look how bad it looks. I'm not even far away and I can see it. I don't like that. Okay, you don't want to apply cream on top of powder, but I'm not going anywhere and I'm trying to conceal what I did so wrong. So I'm just going to cover this up a little bit with some foundation. Now you can go back and do this if you do mess up. I have seen that done before, especially if you're using creams and creams. You can go back in and blend. See, I brought the bronzer down too low. You can go back in and blend it back out. Especially if you're not using powders and creams and you're using creams and creams. Okay, I'm feeling much better about this, although it's still not where I would want it to be as far as like if I were really going out in public right now. I'm quitting on the face because I'm tired of it. Now, we still have blush and highlight. Highlight's not so bad. Bronzer is a mess. Blush is usually also a mess because when I see people apply it, I think it looks really good. When I apply it, I feel like I'm laying it on top of the bronzer and I feel like it's just not right. But here we go. Apples of the cheeks. I'm going to stamp it. I actually like this color. Stamp. Now I look nice and rosy, and then I'm gonna blend it backwards. I'm gonna probably take my glasses off for this. I'm gonna dust off any extra product that I have on here, and then blend this backwards in circular motions all the way back, along the cheekbone, strictly above the bronzer that I just laid down. These are the directions that I hear all the time on videos. However, when I go to do this to my face, it never comes out right. Okay, I think that looks okay. I definitely can see the blush on my face, which is the goal. And it looks clownish to me, although it still looks blended. I don't know, I'm not a makeup person. Like, it probably looks bad on camera regardless, so you might have to disregard what it really looks like on camera, but in person, it looks pretty good. You can see the flush of red, and it blends back, and it's not so bright that it looks unnatural. It actually is pretty well blended in. However, just looking at myself head on and seeing all of that makeup on, all the color packed right here, not just the blush but the bronzer as well, to me it just looks unnatural on my face. But the real test will be to look at it in the bathroom mirror, because in the bathroom mirror I can kind of stand back and I'll have not better lighting in there, well, a little bit of better lighting, but I will have a different kind of lighting, and I'll be able to stand back and look at it and decide if it looks really wild and crazy, because up close it looks pretty wild and crazy. Okay, so now the last thing we're going to do is move on to highlight, and today I wanted to really highlight the face. I bought this brush for highlighting. This is by Royal and Langnickel. It's called a contour brush. It's this little purple brush. You can find it at Walmart. It's actually really nice and soft and fluffy. I think it was like $8 or $10, and I actually really like it for highlight. It's really small and seems to really fit on those cheekbones, and I see a lot of people use brushes like this or shaped like this for highlight, and I really wanted one, and I think I found a good one at Walmart for $8 or $10. So for the highlight, we are going to use the fanciest one that we have, and that is going to be Becca's Opal. This is the little travel size that I have for $20. Not this thing was $20. It came with something else, but that's what I'm going to use today, and we're going to go ham with this highlight. Like ham. And when you think you have enough, you go back in with another coat of highlight. Trying to go as bold as we can without looking ridiculous. Except you're gonna look a little ridiculous because, you know, why would your face be that shiny under normal circumstances? But we're trying to go as bold as we can and still look just like normal glam, you know? We're not trying to go too over the top. We're not trying to do drag queen, we're trying to do glam. So I actually do not like to highlight the forehead. I'm going to do just a tiny little bit up here, but I actually don't like to highlight it because for some reason it makes me look oily. I find that I can highlight my chin pretty well, but to do the forehead it just seems a little oily to me. Does it look like an alien yet? This makeup looks so unnatural to me. All I see is brown and pink and I think a contour is so beautiful, but for some reason on my face all I'm seeing is just brown and pink and white, and it just doesn't look blended to me. Probably isn't. We're gonna actually do right here. I've never done that before, and I think it's really pretty. Above the brow bone, or on it, or whatever you want to call it. We want to look nice and glowy. I actually really do like the glowy look, but I can't ever accomplish it on my face. Now we are going to move on to eyes, which is probably going to be a disaster. For my eyes, I just brought the Morphe 350 palette in here because I didn't want to pull out a bunch of shadows, and this has quite a few. This is what it looks like for those of you who may not have seen it. My favorite color of all is this one right here. It probably is everyone's. And originally I was going to do this as a lid color because it is the same consistency as this one, which is my favorite formula or consistency. It's very buttery, and I think that's really pretty for summer. But I also wanted to incorporate some darker colors like this in the crease. Now I'm not good at that at all, but I thought it would be fun to try it out. But I also really like, one of my favorite eye looks is when the eyeliner is tight lined all around the eye, and then maybe you have like a little smudged out black lash line. Those are my favorite eye looks. So I brought in several eyeliners to try and achieve that, but I don't know if we're going to achieve it. Okay, now for the eyes, I have already placed foundation on top of the eyelids, so that is going to be my primer. And then the first thing that you're going to do is set the concealer or primer or whatever you're going to use with a shadow. So to do that, you're going to take a fluffy brush and just use anything skin color. So I think I'm just going to use this. Ugh, this is not going to work. I hate this big palette. This tannish white, whatever color that is. This is a brush that I got in my Ipsy bag. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it. It's Beau Gachis or something like that. And it's actually goat hair, and it's really, really nice. I actually really like the hair on it. This transfers less product because it holds more of your product on your brush, but I feel like it blends a lot more something. Easier, effortlessly, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't even know why I'm giving advice, because you see the way I'm over here doing makeup. We're going to go for this as the lid color and these three in the crease. And I'm going to try to create a gradient with these three colors in my crease. Usually when I attempt that, what happens is all of them blend together as one. And instead of looking like a gradient from one color to the next, it looks like, it doesn't look terrible, it just, you can't see the difference between the different colors used. It kind of looks more like all one orange color on the lid. It doesn't look very artistic. In order to keep this color showing up as a gradient, because I want it to be the lightest color, and then, I want the lightest color to be on the outside and then go down to the darkest and then have the lid color. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to start with this one as high up as I can get it, and then move a little bit lower to the crease with the darker colors. That's probably all wrong, but that's kind of what I'm going to go for. Because this one is so bright, I'm not sure where I want to place it, but I am going to go ahead and put it down next, and then go in with the darker, and then put the pinkish color on the lid. Moving on to the darker color, and I'm going to use the smaller well brush for that one because I want it to be a little bit more precise. This is the Wet n Wild, one of the new Wet n Wild brushes. I don't know the name of it. Some kind of a shadow smudge or shader brush or something like that. But it has a really flat bristles, and I find that it's just a larger version of the e.l.f. small concealer brush, but it works really well for packing on lid color. So this is just kind of like a bigger version of that, and I bought it so that I could I bought it so that I could pack more color on at a time. Okay, now we're going to move on to eyeliner. You stupid. My eyes are bothering me now! After I poked at them for 30 minutes with
My eyes are bothering me now!
Okay, so I actually went ahead and finished the eye out of range of the camera because there was no way I was going to be able to do both of those at the same time. So I put liner in the waterline underneath the lash line and as close to the lash line on the top as I could get it. Pretty much in the waterline though on the top, or tight line. And I really like the way the eyeliner came out, and I really like pretty much how that eye makeup came out. And what else am I trying to say? I have a lipstick to put on and my battery's getting ready to die. That's why I'm in such a hurry. So that's what I did for the eyes. I also did an inner corner, and for the inner corner highlight I just used this second color right here. It just has a little bit of a shimmer to it, and then I did mascara off camera. So now I'm going to go in with lips, and I'm going to use the Colourpop Aquarius lip color, and then I will show you the completed look. Okay, so this is going to be the completed look. I actually really like the eyeliner around the eye, and the eye makeup came out pretty good. The rest of it I'm not so sure, and of course the lip color I'm sure looks fine. I don't intensify that. But the bronzer came out a little harsh, and other than that I think everything else is okay. I think that I have the right idea and probably maybe need to practice a little bit more, but it's, you know, I mean, it's pretty intense. I'm not going to go anywhere like this, but I do really like the eye makeup. That is something that I have discovered. Okay guys, that is going to complete today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you had fun, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
How long do you think it'll take you to film a video?
Probably an hour.
Okay, that's fine. It is an hour.
Don't worry, I'm fine, because as soon as I finish it, I'll start editing it.
Okay. Well, I ain't gonna be in no hurry then. I'll see you at midnight.
You're telling them on camera. Max, please calm down. I can't film like this. How's my contour look?
Let's see it. Yeah, it's nice. You look like a zombie.
I put it on intense. I went ham.
Yeah, it's definitely intense. It's pretty ham. Yeah,
But you know what? I see that blush color in there. I like the way the blush turned out, actually.
You do?
Yeah, do you see it? I mean, of course you can see it.
See it.
I don't know, dear. Might be the new way I start wearing my makeup.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think, honey? What did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do? I'm working on a masterpiece over here.
Masterpiece. It looks like you're gonna be a movie Catching Fire.
Look at my eye makeup. I look like Jaclyn Hill.
Oh,
I mean, I have as much makeup on as Jaclyn Hill.
Looks good. It actually does look good. Your face doesn't look too bruised. Did you know that or something?
Does it look too bruised?
Yeah.
No.